SRO Magazine presents Scott Bartlett, guitarist for the band Saving Abel.
Hello, world!
Scott calls into the Cars and Drive Studios and talks to SRO Magazine's own rock and roll reporter, Ferg.
This is the event mankind has been waiting for.
Let's go to the interview. Direct order, do it now.
Scott, thank you very much for coming on with us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, the pleasure's all ours. Okay, Scott, the band seems to be tearing it up right now. I mean, you guys are going full speed ahead. You've got sold-out shows. You're putting out new music on a new tour. You've got new members, new management. Really, it sounds like things are going great for Saving Abel. How does that feel?
Yeah, we actually had a talk about it recently. It's kind of, we feel very blessed that our fans have followed us on this ride, which we're calling Chapter 2 in the life of Saving Abel. Obviously, when you change personnel, most notably as a singer, things get a little different. And we were eager, but a little nervous initially, as any successful rock and roll band would be. But we couldn't be happier with the way our fans have responded, and we are all systems go moving into 2014 and onward and upward.
Excellent. All right, you guys just added a couple of new members in vocalist Scotty and drummer Stephen Pulley, both formerly of the band Trash the Brand. How did you guys come together? How did you guys meet?
It was really easy. One, because they live not very far away from us in Jackson, Tennessee. I live in Memphis, which is right up the road, and the rest of the guys in Saving Abel live in Corinth, Mississippi, which is also just a hop, skip, and a jump from Jackson. And we have the same management with Jeff Hansen. So when we started talking with Jared about a potential split, we immediately recommended them, and we didn't really give them an option. We just sort of stole them.
Okay, the new guys that you brought in, Scotty and Stephen, they were from Trash the Brand, and their music and Saving Abel's music they seem like the influences are close to the same. Now, how was it bringing them in and meshing the two worlds of, Trash the Brand and Saving Abel?
Yeah, well, we sort of had a very seamless transition. We're in the process of learning how to write together, and it seems to be effortless. Scotty and Stephen are doing a great job with the old Saving Abel songs. But obviously it's a little different, sometimes for listeners to hear, Saving Abel music without Jared singing it. But everybody really seems to dig it because it's got kind of a different edge to it. Uh-huh. What I keep hearing from everybody is that it takes a little bit of getting used to, but the stage show itself is a lot more entertaining to watch. Like anything, you kind of fall into a routine. And we just kind of, Jared and I used to talk about it. It's like we feel like we've done everything together. Yeah, you start saying the same thing between songs. I'm playing the same guitar solo. Even though I have the freedom to deviate, I just, fell into a routine. Having something new is just like a breath of fresh air, and it really changes the whole vibe and the whole dynamic. And what I keep hearing from our fans is that it's a much better stage show now. And that's not to discredit Jared at all. I mean, he's a great frontman. It's just different, and it makes it more invigorating for us on stage. And so from a writing standpoint, we're going to be carrying that into the studio with high hopes, and I think y'all are really going to dig what we come out with.
Excellent. Can't wait to hear it, really. I mean, me and a whole bunch of fans can't wait to hear it. Okay, and going back to the live show and talking about Scotty and Stephen, what new dynamic, how does it make it fun or different, or how do you guys gel together?
What's really interesting about it is that, Jason and I are still, the X-Men, just kind of like loud guitars in your face. Eric is still, laying it down. So it's still funky, it's still swampy, but it's still rock and roll. It's still very much Saving Abel. It's just got a different edge to it. I mean, you're just going to have to see it because, I'd like to fashion myself as a pretty articulate cat, but I don't know if words can do it justice. I think you need to see the live show and see the attitude, and see just the way we communicate on stage, and you'll get it, and you'll get it immediately.
All right. Well, I've had the privilege of seeing you guys twice. I believe once at Rocklahoma and once was down in Little Rock. And I have to tell you, you guys brought it both times. You guys absolutely rocked the house, and it was fun, and it was a great show. and would love to see you guys again, and we'll see you guys again. And if you haven't seen Saving Abel, you should. And as I was reading to do this interview, man, the critics are liking you. They are liking the heat that you're bringing. They're liking the shows.
It's really funny. A couple of DJ friends of mine, like some higher up program directors, who I'm not going to name, but people that we've been fortunate and blessed to have met along the way, who have huge outreaches and huge followings in the radio community, have told me, we always loved Saving Abel. There for a while, though, we just felt like you guys got a little bit safe. And I heard the word safe a couple times. And I really kind of did soul searching to think, what does that exactly mean? And I kind of get it. It's that sort of PG-13 rock and roll, which is, not ultimately what we're about. That's kind of like you're playing rock and roll sort of for the wrong reasons, but we didn't really know we were doing it. I think that right now, more than ever, we're playing rock and roll for the right reasons. And it's coming from our heart, it's coming from our brains, and it's coming from our balls.
Okay. New music, Saving Abel.
Love Like Suicide is our newest single, with Scotty on post.
Okay, Love Like Suicide. It's the first Saving Abel music with Scotty Austin on vocals. It's a great song. I've been listening to it. We'll listen to it again and again and again. Okay, when you guys went into the studio to record Love Like Suicide, I mean, Saving Abel's been around for a long time. You've recorded a lot of music. How was it different with the new blood, with Scotty and Steven in there, the new blood, the new guys? How did the song come around? How did it?
It was pretty organic, because once you get into that studio at Saving Abel and you get somebody with a thicker southern draw than you know it's going to be all right. So it's just kind of we went in with an old friend of ours, Justin Reimer, who produced and engineered it, and he is actually a protege of Skid Mills, who did the first 3 Saving Abel.
That's excellent.
All the writing forces and all the engineering know-how and expertise. We just wrote a kick-ass rock song, and it came out pretty easy. I mean, the hardest part was probably just lyrically.
I mean, it was your first time writing together, but how was it to lay down the guitars?
Literally, I think all the guitars were down in about 12 minutes.
Wow.
That was easy. And then we just kind of came up with a melody, and the hook was already there. We just had to kind of, cross the T's and dot the I's. And we had 3 days to do that. That's including getting a final mix, and getting it mastered.
Wow.
So what you hear is what you get. I think moving forward, we're not gonna overthink the songwriting process. We're just gonna go in and be us, because that seems to be the best way for us to express ourselves. Just to line up session.
Was it freeing going in this time, as in there are no expectations? You can do whatever you want. You can craft your music, and it can go wherever it leads you.
Well, the beauty of what's happening with us right now is that, they always say you have a million years to write your first record. And then if you're blessed to have hits on your first record, which we were, then your record label starts, putting you under the gun. We got to hurry up, more hits. We got to feed the machine. You got to keep the money coming in to keep everybody happy. So we were on a major record label when we did our first and second record. And then we went with an independent label when we did our third record. Now, for the first time, we're free and clear of any record label. So we're literally just doing it for ourselves and our fans. And what's beautiful about that is that there really is no wrong or right. There's just good or bad. And it's like we make that call.
Yeah.
And we think it's pretty fucking good.
All right. Yeah, Love Like Suicide. It was produced by Justin Reimer. He was formerly of 12 Stones. How was it to work with him? Is he going to produce the rest of the CD, or are we doing a case-by-case basis, or see how it flows?
I think we're going to see how it flows, but at this point, it's just if you reserve that stage, you've got the gig.
Okay. Hey, do we got a name for the new album, or do we know when it's going to drop, or are we just...
We don't even have a projection on that one, brother, because we're knee-deep in high touring. Touring hard and heavy. I'm actually driving through Texas right now doing this interview.
We appreciate it. And to let everybody out there know that he's using a headset. Remember, at SRO Magazine, our motto, safety first. Okay. Now, you guys have always been road warriors. You've toured extensively. You read about you, and that's one of the things it always says, tours extensively. Are you going to keep that going in the future? Or are you going to just keep hitting the road?
We're going to keep on shouldering this hard until our bodies say no more.
That was hard to hear. Did you say you're going to keep touring until your bodies say no more? Okay, I get it.
No, I'm saying yes, we're going to keep doing it.
Okay, excellent. I mean, we talked about writing before, and Jason Null has always been prolific in writing, and you've written some absolutely great songs. Some of my favorites, In God's Eye, Out of My Face, Hell of a Ride, Contagious. Those are great songs. Love listening to those. But when you go in the studio, everybody's got to work cohesively and complement each other. And when you're recording, you get those times when you look over at each other and you get that knowing look and that wink and go, yeah, oh yeah, we've got something here. Have you had any of those moments where you're going, yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we did. And, like one of the main contributing forces for us is that, Scotty's a great writer and a great singer, but on top of all of it, he's a great guitar player as well. So we're talking about moving forward, about getting the guitar in his hands. But when it comes to writing, it can almost be like, instead of, here, try this idea, and then, you've got some singer trying to sing you a guitar part, you're like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, Scotty will just pick up an axe and be like this. You're like, oh. And then you're playing off each other before you know it. So we've got 3 shredded guitar players in the band now. And that's why you've heard the guitars on that song, the badass, they're out front, they're in your face.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
We've been a heavy guitar band, but now we're only getting heavier and louder.
Excellent, heavy and loud. Your music has been described as hard rock, post-grunge, southern rock, pop metal. How do you guys describe your music?
I think people get entirely too serious when they try to categorize music like that. I mean, they're just a kick-ass rock and roll band in the South.
I like it. It's simple, and they do. They
actually have a new mission statement about the whole thing, and I'm just saying, I personally, we all came up playing in the bar circuit. Some of us have been blessed enough to have been on the stage, with Nickelback. Hopefully we'll get back there again with a new lineup. But we've all come from playing in bars, honky tonk. We'll never forget coming from that place. So I want to be that southern rock bar band that you might see in an arena in your hometown.
Well, you guys are from the South. You started in the South. I mean, Mississippi and Tennessee, deep in the heart of Dixie. And that's, of course, home of the blues and southern rock and southern gospel. Did those musical styles play an influence early on for you musically and in songwriting?
Absolutely. And the beauty of that is, Jason's always really loved, I hate to say pop, but good pop music. He's always had a knack for hearing a full book. So with that added element, that's why we've been able to write this song. The 3 of us can write grooves and freaking riffs all day. You got to tie the room together with some sort of a hook. We're obviously deeply rooted in southern rock and blues, but Jason's got a knack for finding the hook.
Sure.
When you put all those elements together, that's what makes Saving Abel.
And Saving Abel's been putting out great music for a few years, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Now let's talk a little bit about influences. Who are your influences? And is there any music or is there any bands out there today that you're looking at going, I like their music, or you put it in the headphones and going, I like these guys?
Well, I'm really happy with my friends in Devour the Day, because, Egypt Central came from Memphis. I was actually in that band for about 5 days in the early 2000s. Yeah, Devour the Day are really taking names, and I couldn't be happier for a better group of people. When I go to work out or go running, I like to listen to that album because it makes me want to stop.
Okay, then. Well, that in and of itself makes me want to listen to it. Now, if the guys that Devour the Day, if they ever want to talk to SRO Magazine, just have them come talk to Ferg. We'd be more than happy to talk with them. Okay, now let's talk about your influences. Who influenced you musically?
Always the Allman Brothers, always bands like King Zach, because of their sheer musicianship.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I ultimately don't discriminate. If it's good rock and roll, I'm going to like it.
That's right. Good rock and roll is good rock and roll. And speaking of great rock and roll, Saving Abel has put out a lot of great songs over the years. What is your favorite Saving Abel song just to listen to, just to jam with?
A Saving Abel song?
Yes, sir.
I really like, I like Drowning, face down because of my guitar solo.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me.
Is that also one that you like jamming live as well?
Oh, yeah, live I love that. We usually finish the set with it. It's got that, shredder solo at the end. And I'm really proud of it. That was kind of the one that put me on the map. Not just with Jason and Jared, but with guitar producers as well. He even told me, he was like, I didn't know that you were capable of doing that. He was like, we're going to have a long career. So that was a cool one. And then, again, the ones that I've been a part of writing have always made me really proud. I really like the song Constantly, the last song on the third record, piano ballad. My mom actually begged me if I would play the piano on it. Kid was like, all right, you got 3 takes. And because I'm not a piano player, but I got it right on the first take. So.
Well, I'm glad because, that's a beautiful song. It really is. It's a gorgeous song. Okay, let's talk about headbanging. What is your song that you like to hear when you want to get angry? Mine is something by Slipknot. Just where you want to bang that head, get that raw anger, aggression out. What do you listen to?
Again, that Devour the Day record is pretty angry. But, I got to say I love my Pantera. I love, again, King's X. I like, when it comes to metal, I tend to like singers instead of screaming. I just really dig loud and heavy music when it calls for it.
Exactly. Now, look at it from a different angle. What's a song that you like to listen to that nobody would expect that you would listen to it?
Song that nobody would ever say. It's pretty funny. I played Jesus and Jesus Christ Superstar.
Really? That's actually one of my favorite musicals.
Yeah, so, it's an opera, but at least it's a rock and roll opera.
That's exactly right.
You could be in, Deep Purple and then go over to Broadway. I'd say you're pretty cool. So, all that kind of stuff, I actually really do dig that kind. Not like shoju.
Right.
Like, I have a degree in composition and classical guitar performance. So I really appreciate good composition style.
Excellent. That's exceptional. You are a rocker and a scholar. Okay, but who are the main ones?
My 2 biggest influences are Dwayne Allman from the Allman Brothers, just because of what he did as far as bridging the gap, which was great at such a young age. That dude died when he was 24 years old. I think he's very underrated. And Slash is always a go-to of mine because, I think Green Day said it best when they inducted Guns N' Roses into the Hall of Fame. They introduced Slash last, and they said when everybody was home trying to be Eddie Van Halen, you were creating Slash. And that's a great quote right there, which is very true. He's a great mix of that soul and rock, blues. I'm also a huge David Gilmour fan.
Oh, love David Gilmour. Love Roger Waters. Love the whole Pink Floyd. Love all of that. I wish they would do it all together again. Together.
Well, yeah, the main thing about David Gilmour is his ability to stop. I don't know how he does it. Like, for me, taking a breath on a guitar solo is like, well, crap, there's more notes I got to put in there. I don't know how he does it. Of course, they also gave him, our breaks will be like 32 measures. These are like 320.
Right. You guys have been talented enough throughout the years to have great success and put out some hit records and really write some fabulous music. Now, people have grown up with your music and they're looking to you and they're looking at your success and they're going, I want to be in this business. I want to do what you do. What advice do you have for them?
Well, there's so many schools of thought about that because this music business is a business. So if you want to take it to that level, there's a lot of things you need to know, and that's a whole other interview. But I would say make sure you don't compromise your moral fiber. It's right for the right reasons, and if you've got to make small sacrifices, find a manager to do it for you because they're going to know a lot more about it than you are.
And that's honestly fabulous advice. It's right for the right reasons. It's wrong for the wrong reasons. It doesn't change just because who you are. That's excellent advice. Thank you. And I want to thank one person who brought us together. He is a friend of yours, a very good friend of yours. He's a friend of mine. He's the afternoon personality at FM 101.5 Classic Hits in Fayetteville, Arkansas. He's also the owner, operator, and director of Rockin' Hog Radio, and that's rockandhog.com. He's a guy by the name of Matt Miller. He's wild. So how long have you known Matt?
Yeah, like 6 years.
You know, he's a crazy guy. I like him, and he set this up for us, and it's just been, I told him I'd give him a little bit of props, but I've had a great time, man. This has been fun. Thank you very much for...
Man, that's a great interview. You tell Matt I said what's up.
Oh, no problem. He said to tell you hi, and when you come into town, you guys are going to get together, and I'm going to be at one of the shows in Fort Smith, and I can't wait to see it. I've seen you guys before, and it was absolutely outstanding. Can't wait to do it again. If you haven't seen Saving Abel live, you need to.
Very cool. Look forward to meeting you, man.
Look forward to meeting you, too. Going to come down there, see Saving Abel play.
Well, come find me, and we'll do a Shadow Jack game.
You will not have to ask me twice, sir. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Scott Bartlett, guitarist for Saving Abel, thank you for coming on with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a great interview. Thank you.
I appreciate it, Paul. Be good, man.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate you, brother. That was Scott Bartlett, guitarist for the band Saving Abel. We at SRO Magazine want to thank Scott and Saving Abel for taking the time to talk to us. Find out more about the band at savingabel.com or go to Facebook at facebook.com/Saving Abel. And as always, you get the best interviews and music and entertainment news from SRO Magazine. So remember, go to SRO. That's sromaginc.com. And of course, this is Ferg, and I'm out of here. Take care.